Question, Coach, how can I overcome my fear in open water swim? You asked the right person. Why? Because I can relate. I used to not know how to swim, and actually I was very scared of open water swim. It was only very late when I actually learned how to swim. But now I help athletes of actually getting faster in swimming. So I'm gonna give you several tips today. Okay. Well, first of all, you wanna acknowledge the fear. You wanna say, okay, I'm scared. I still am scared. Even if I train, I'm still scared, and that's gonna be okay. It is okay, this is normal. Okay. Next thing, this is the time when you're actually gonna do actions. One of them is focusing on technique, particularly your breathing technique. You would not want to hold your breathing, especially when your head is in the water. You need to consistently exhale the air. Otherwise, you're gonna be more in a panic mode and actually retaining more carbon dioxide in your lungs. So definitely make sure that you're exhaling and practicing your breathing technique correctly. Next thing, the third thing, is actually study the fear. Be true to yourself. You may want to actually get a pen and paper and really jot down, why am I scared? Why am I scared? It's just water, it's nature, right? But you want to be true to yourself. Well, maybe, because it's a cold water. I'm scared of the cold water, right? Or the murky, I cannot really see at the bottom, it's so dark, right? Or the plans, whenever I do the stroke, I feel it. So you want to write that down and then be true to yourself. So at least you know how to actually solve the fear and even block them, because it's not going to benefit you on your swim. Block the negativity, okay? And then the next thing, fourth, is actually study the course, okay? Study the course. When you're not sure of what's gonna happen at the race, it gives you doubt, and that actually distracts you from being objective of actually finishing the open water swim. You need to be more confident, and you'd be able to do that by actually studying the course. So make sure that you actually know like how many buoys, let's say, because that, passing every buoy and telling yourself, oh, 3 more to go, 2 more to go buoys before I finish, that builds you confidence, and you're like almost there, right? So instead of you thinking about your fear, you're being objective. Where am I at now in my open water swim? Instead of thinking about the emotions, you become more objective, okay? The next thing, fifth, is actually sighting and navigation. So you want to practice sighting and navigation during your training. And you got to make sure you do this one, because a person who's lost in open water swim, it will just add up to the worries, okay? So you got to make sure that you know how to sight, so at least you can actually focus on the right direction. Then the last part, adapting your stroke to the kind of open water that you have or you're going to be swimming in. So for example, if you're in the ocean, you're going to have to actually increase the tempo and have a higher stroke rate. You're going to have high recovery. Okay, so because you're swimming through the waves, and you're going to have to make some changes to what you normally do in the pool, because it's completely different. Some of the athletes actually swim like around 60s stroke per minute in the pool. In the open water, expect that you're gonna have to swim about 75 to 90 strokes per minute just to tackle that wave or that strong current, okay? So the other one with the stroke that you need to adapt is actually, it's more of stroke imbalance. Some people can only breathe on one side, or we call it unilateral breathing. As much as possible, especially when you're breathing, when you're swimming in the ocean, you want to at least learn how to breathe on both sides. I used to just know how to breathe only on one side, specifically only on the left side, and that's not really benefiting me. I had to learn how to do bilateral the right way, because if the wave is coming up here, or the strong current is coming up here, I would rather have my face on the other side, so at least I'm not gonna be drinking much more of that ocean water. So what are the ways for you to actually overcome your fear in open water swim? First, acknowledge the fear. Second, focus on your technique, particularly your breathing. you wouldn't want to hold the air in your lungs, take that carbon dioxide out of your system so you wouldn't end up panicking. Okay, so that's not a good thing. Third is actually understand your fear. Study your fear. Brainstorm. Are these fears real? Is this something that I really should be afraid about? Next thing is that study the course. Sometimes it's just basically we feel unsafe because we did not study the course. Or we lose confidence in swimming because we didn't study the course. So study the course. Fifth thing, technique, especially your stroke technique. If you're out in the open water, you want to adapt your stroke technique. When in open water, you want to have higher stroke rate and higher tempo. You want to make sure that at your heart rate, you can actually handle having a high heart rate during the swim. And last but not the least is your sighting and navigation. You want to make sure that you save your time, maximize your effort in swimming by actually swimming straight to the buoy and to the finish line. I hope this helps. If you're still struggling on your fear, contact me or join Feisty Fox Coaching on 5 and I'll be very happy to help you.